Hey everyone, welcome back to the new season here on Reopening the School of Science with Everton. We've had a jam-packed transfer window. We played the first four league games and the Carabao Cup game. We've got our Europa League group, and we've also got a big game coming up in the league against Leicester to try and kickstart our season after a good start. We had a minor blip. So yeah, without further ado everyone, let's just get straight into it. So after winning the FA Cup, we made some sneaky little moves in the transfer market. We did sign Alec Lyle from Derby. He is currently working on his deep line playmaker role. Very young, good passing, but he really needs to work on that tackling if he's to do any sort of job in midfield, to be honest with you. He is technically classed as a defensive midfielder, but he's not really got the defensive stats to suit that at the moment. But we're hoping that a bit of training up, he will get there. So yeah, we signed him from Derby, it was, yeah. You'll also notice a big signing, Charles de Ketelera maybe, from Club Brugge for 31 mil. I'm sure a lot of you have come across him on Football Manager, certainly over the last two seasons, but particularly this one. I know Work the Space, I believe, signed him for his Leeds team in the network save. We also brought in Gavin Scott, a fullback from Southampton. This was just part of our youth intake scouting network. We just got some of these players through. Nico Schlotterbeck, I couldn't believe was up for 6 mil. 6 mil from Freiburg, and don't get me wrong, I know attributes wise he's not stellar, but I mean he's already worth 4 to 5.5 times that amount, so I'm really happy with that. And he's basically been our starting centre half alongside Ben Govry, because once again Yerry Mina has been injured. We also pulled the plug and signed Ryan Kent. Now a bit controversial, he used to play for Liverpool, but I did a tactics test with I think it was Henku's Tactic from Jake Cooper's Discord server. We played him as an advanced forward with Rangers, and he was top scorer. He got 30 odd goals or something like that, 34, 35 goals maybe. Now we are mainly playing him on the wing, but he has had a fantastic start to his season and his career with Everton. He's really strong on both feet, so I'm really happy, and yeah, he's a bit of an upgrade on the wingers that we have, certainly over the likes of Damari Gray, and he's streets ahead of where Anthony Gordon, where we want him to get to at this stage as well. In terms of outgoings, who else left of significance? Yeah, Keane and Holgate, we sold them. Yeah, especially when we were thinking that's 24, 25 mil for them too. Schlotterbeck cost us 6 mil, and it just opens the pathway up for Jared Branthwaite just to get more game time, as well as just less competition for him. We've also had Lewis Gibson come back from his loan spell, who's someone who can definitely do a job in and around centre half. He was someone who was at the club. He's been at the club for a few seasons now. I think we signed him from Newcastle a good 4 or 5 years ago maybe. So that was before the end of last season. Bringing it forward, apart from Brugge and Renan, yeah, as we discussed, we did smash their clauses in their loan deals. In terms of significant moves out, it's mainly just John Joe Kenny and Tom Davis, really. We weren't planning on letting them go, to be honest with you, but we managed to get just over 16 mil for them, and we basically replaced them with one player in Corentin Tolisso, who is someone who can play midfield, defensive mid and right back to a really decent standard, if not better than Kenny and Tom Davis could do in their respective positions. So yeah, it was something that we weren't planning necessarily on doing straight off, but once we'd signed Tolisso, we didn't really need them, and we needed to try and help balance the books a little bit. And then Tom Krause is a defensive midfielder we signed. Our scouts found him and gave him a really good rating, and he does look really good. 26 mil, and he's already worth 44 to 57 mil. So he was on loan at Nuremberg first season, and we got him in from Leipzig. He is mainly with the intention of, once Alan starts hitting, I think he's 31 now, so we'll probably gradually phase Alan out once his attributes start to dip, and Krause will basically just take over, to be honest with you. In terms of results, obviously we played the Community Shield against Man City, who have Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland, Christian Eriksen, Paulo Dybala, to name a few, alongside the likes of Bernardo Silva, etc. We lost 2-0. I think a Bernardo Silva first half goal and then a Dybala free kick in like the 80th minute, which was a bit of a kick. But we didn't really deserve much, to be honest with you. They just didn't really create any major clear-cut chances, but neither did we. We then kicked off the season at home to Spurs. We went 1-0 down. I made a tactical tweak in the second half, and as you can see, we roared back with 3 goals in, 17 minutes roughly, something like that. 20 minutes to make it 3-1. Then we played Blackburn, and you will see Ryan Kent in his debut got a hat-trick, and I was thinking, brilliant, look at this is great. The 4-3-3 is doing wonders still. And then we played Newcastle, really struggled to break them down, and then they just got a jammy goal in the 80th minute through Callum Wilson. We then played Wolves. Now this was a very, very frustrating game. You'll see, arguably we actually, were the better of the two teams, but Jose Sarr had an absolute blinder. In fact, did he get man of the match? No, Traore got man of the match, I think, only just, but Jose Sarr was unbeatable in goal. On the flip side, Pickford was terrible, at fault for certainly 3 of the goals, Jimenez and both Traore goals, just some really poor goalkeeping. Rushed out for Jimenez's first and Traore's second, and just let Traore's first just sort of squirm under him from the edge of the box. It was really quite bizarre. Meanwhile, as I've touched on, Jose Sarr, absolutely in inspired form, just an unbelievable performance from him. 29 years old, looking really good, to be fair. Don't get me wrong, I've not had any issues with Pickford. He's generally been a very reliable keeper for us so far, and I'm in no rush to change him. I don't think he's probably the one position where we don't really need to worry too much about the security of that role. I think he'll probably just be our goalkeeper for the majority of the save, unless a really good regen becomes available. But otherwise, had no issue, no cause for complaint, to be honest with you. And if we go back, we then just followed that up now with a Carabao Cup win, 6-2 against Brentford, 2 for Calvert-Lewin, 1 for Kent, 1 for Charles de Ketelaere, we're just going to call him CDK, and another one for Richarlison. De Ketelaere not really done much up until that point, getting a few decent ratings but not really doing much, but he came off the bench, and as you'll see, he got 2 goals in 2 minutes, and he set up Richarlison, so 2 goals and assists in, I think, about 15 to 20 minutes of gameplay for him. Now, despite CDK's impressive little cameo in the week against Brentford, we are going to leave Dele Alli in as that central midfielder, and we'll just bring De Ketelaere on probably at some point later on in the game. I think he's someone who just needs a bit of time to bed in, to be honest with you. He's, he came off the bench to really good effect in the week, but when he's started, he's done okay. He's had a few decent average ratings, but he's not done anything stellar, so I think we're just going to give him time to mix in. And then I think otherwise we'll just leave it at that for now. We've got a game in the week in the Europa League. I will touch on that in a bit. I might well show us that game. It's against some Bosnian team, so I'm just going to be rotating quite heavily, but it might be quite interesting to see how our sort of second squad does, because obviously we've got the World Cup this year, and we've got Carabao Cup and Europa League action coming thick and fast at us. So yeah, we'll just have to rotate quite heavily. We've got the squad now, I think, which allows us to do that to a good standard, to be honest with you. We've got good options. Like I said, we've got Tolisso, who can play either right back or in the midfield. We've also obviously still got Coleman, but Kenny going has basically allowed us to prioritise just playing Patterson and using Coleman as backup and Tolisso there if needed. So it just basically clears the pathway for Patterson to get even more game time, because we're not going to have Kenny moaning at us that he's not playing. He was 24, 25, so I knew he wasn't really going to improve much on what he was at already, so it just didn't really make sense to play him there and risk hampering the development of Patterson, who's really quite considerably younger. And yeah, Tolisso, we knew Davis wasn't really going to get any better than what he was already, so when we could get Tolisso in for free and could get 12 mil for Davis, it didn't really make any sense to keep him. We're playing Leicester, who are in the Champions League this year. They all have their Champions League game in the week. I can't actually remember who's in their group. I did see, but I can't remember. I just see they've got Lewis Dunk at centre half. Patson Daka was that, or Harvey Barnes hitting the post. That looked offside. But yeah, as you can see, some relatively unusual suspects have had a really good start to the season. Wolves in particular, I think we're unbeaten so far. Don't be wrong, I know it's only 4 games in. When you think, I believe Liverpool and City have all lost games. Well then Patterson, yeah, Godfrey, Alan, what a ball for Ryan Kent, he's in. Oh, and he did the cross, he crosses it. Finds Richarlison, it's the post, the bar, sorry. Oh my word, so close. Ugh. Come on. Oh my word, Richarlison, that was terrible. That was awful. Dear me. And I think in that Wolves game, maybe in the Wolves game or maybe in the Newcastle game, we hit the post or the woodwork generally, I don't know how many times. What sort of save was that from Schmeichel? They basically sent it back across goal. Yeah, the only thing about the Newcastle game as well is they'd just been smashed like 7-0 the week before, I think by like United or something. And then we went to St James's Park and they just kind of parked the bus a little bit really, and we just really struggled to get the ball over the line. Great save by Pickford. Charleston's got a bruise, he should be okay until half time, and then we'll probably bring Gordon or Gray on. Mikolenko's not having a great game, he has just come back from injury. So if needs be, we'll throw on Renan for him as well if he's struggling, but I think Richarlison's probably going to have to come off at half time. I think he was onside. I really think he was onside.
Bruh. Bruh.
Yeah, onside. So he brought Anthony Gordon on for Richarlison, so come on lads, big second half needed here. Yes, Mikolenko, yes. Yes. Oh, lovely football. Come on, Calvert-Lewin. No, why did you take it that far wide? And then blocked off him for a goal kick. Oh, you've got to be kidding. I mean, that was terrible. So terrible. Yes, come on. I think he's offside. Yeah. Just put the squeeze on him. Come on. Yes. Yes. No. Oh, Alan, come on, you've got to get that. You've got to get that. You can't just stand off him. Thank you, Nathan. Yes. No, come on. Yes. Come on, Ryan. You took it too wide. You're going to go that wide, you just got to like sweat it across the box. Yes, Decore. Come on. Oh, what a ball. Is it the post? Right. It's time for Charles. If they score from this. Thank you, Pickford. DCL giving the ball away in an absolutely shocking fashion. Okay, he's offside. Final change. No. I mean, it's a great goal, but so terribly defended. Oh my word, you've got to be kidding me. Just terrible. Oh my gosh, that's so bad. Yes, Ben. Oh, what a pass. God's sake. Just waiting for like an invitation to shoot. Come on. I'd rather have taken had the foul. The ref played advantage for a foul on a CDK, and I'd rather have just taken the free kick. Come on, Damari, that's terrible. That's such a bad pass. That was good marshalling away from the goal there. And that's a ridiculously good goal.
Bruh, bruh, bruh. Bruh, 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 bruh.
Pure garbage. So terrible. Meanwhile, look at all these absolutely knackered. Like Leicester, like, you know, can get away with stuff like that, like Schmeichel having to head the ball back out. So that was a great pass, but he missed the opportunity to play it through to I mean, what can only be described as a flaccid performance against Leicester. We then followed that up with a nice 6-0 win in our first game in the Europa League against Zrinjski Mostar, who are from Bosnia, We've also got Sparta Prague and Benfica in our group, and we are playing Benfica next. So Sparta Prague next, and then Benfica. We've got no league games between this point. Nothing until we play Bournemouth in about 10 days' time. Meanwhile, other league games are going on, so I'm hoping we can kind of capitalise on this sort of mini gap to put ourselves in a pole position to get out of our Europa League group top if we can. But then we've got a really heavy run after we play Benfica of, pretty much a game every 3 to 4 days, all the way up until November, when we then break for the World Cup. So if we can try and build on that lovely 6-0 win, with Charles de Ketelaere scoring inside 16 seconds, which is an Everton record for quickest goals. Calvert-Lewin also came close to getting a hat-trick as well, it has to be said. This was the first goal inside, like I said, 16 seconds. Anthony Gordon, Charles smashing it in near post. Second goal was a penalty given off a corner, which again, no mistake, calm as you like. Then I think the third, was Ben Godfrey. Yeah, Ben Godfrey at the far post off a corner. And then I think it was this Calvert-Lewin fed through by Tolisso, placing it into the bottom corner. And it was 4-0 by half time. And then Damari Gray feeding it to Calvert-Lewin, who made it 5-0 before CDK picked the ball up and just smashed it in 6-0. Benfica beat Prague 3-0. So as you'd expect, it's going to probably be between us and Benfica. Now, if we can have pretty much top spot, ours at the halfway point, I'd like to think we probably have a good chance of going through top. So obviously, if we can beat Benfica in that round, that'll be very, very nice. So this is the team, fresh from his hat trick. De Ketelaere starts again. In that game, we played Renan, Tolisso and Krause, but Krause is just coming back from injury, so we're going to give Bird a run out. We played Gordon and Gray on the wings, and we left Calvert-Lewin up top. So this time we're just doing a little bit of rotation. So Kent's playing, Coleman's playing, and we're leaving Decore in, and we're leaving Richarlison in. Vitinha's just coming back from injury, so we'll bring him on in the second half, see if he can get some minutes into his legs. You may have also noticed that Verbruggen is starting in goal. I'm just trying to give him some minutes just to develop, and I feel like in this sort of group in the Europa League, it's probably an ideal time for him to try and get those minutes under his belt, where hopefully he will not really get peppered much and can just sort of develop slowly with some match sharpness. But yeah, we're playing a Sparta Prague team who still have Lojek up front, and I think they still have Karadec, the young midfielder who my scouts have picked up, and he does look quite a good little talent. Well then, Charles, get stuck in. Karabec, that's it. Or Karabek, I don't know how they pronounce it. I would guess Karabec, but I don't know. But yeah, and they still got Lajak up top. Sparta already proving a much more progressive challenge than Zrinski did. Well away, Jared. Come on, lads. And well in Kent. Oof. And it's 1-0 to Sparta. And they cut us apart with so much ease then. Yes, well then, Ryan. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes. Ugh.
Bruh.
I was going to say he looked offside. Right, come on. Come on. Oh, it's the side netting. I didn't expect this much of a game. They were like after 9 minutes they were 2-0 down against Benfica, and that's kind of concerning that they're really ramping it up against us. No, Calvert-Lewin, just throw your head at it, will you? Bird, Godfrey got you out of that then. Oh, what a ball. Oh my gosh. Oh. Just put the ball in the net. Just put the ball in the net. Thank you, Ben. Yes, yes. Yes. Oh, for God's sake. Oh, my word. Go on. Yeah. Yeah, and again, second chance.
Bruh.
Ball. Come on. Send it. He does. And he's in. Please don't be offside. I've got a horrible feeling he might be offside. He's onside. What a pass from Calvert-Lewin. I think it was very close. But, hey, we take it. Take it. Right, come on now. Let's get our tails up. Come on. Yes. Ref. Come on. That's a blatant foul. Deprived of a clear goal scoring opportunity. Should be a red card. I don't care if it's double jeopardy. Send him off. Come on, Charles. Got there in the end. Whew. He made it hard then, didn't he? That's a terrible penalty. Thankfully he hit it with enough power that the keeper couldn't hold it. Dear me. Oh, yes, well then, Max. Come on. 3-1 before half-time would be beautiful. Beautiful. Well, Benfica level against... what's the name? Shrinsky. Go ahead, Shrinsky. I think they're... It might be in Bosnia, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's class. Holding Benfica so far. At this point, they were 4-0 down to us. Mikalenko's crossing in this game has been dirt. Absolute dirt. Oh, that's lovely play. Oh my God. What? Well then, Jared. Yes. 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 Stop. Oh my god, stop running into that blind channel. Seriously. I mean, looking at the match stats, we really seem to ramp that up in about the second half of that first half. Our shot count went through the roof and we really seemed to start stifling them. Because that first 10 minutes was quite scary. They were kind of just getting through us. We were really slow out the blocks. But look at that now. 19 shots to their 6. Interesting effort from Ryan Kent there. Very close. Oh, what a ball. Lovely pass from Calvert-Lewin. And Ryan Kent makes no mistake. Yes, Ryan, yes. Perfect pass from Calvert-Lewin, that. What, like, one-time finish. Brilliant. Benfica have taken the lead, as you would expect, after 51 minutes. But, yeah. I think that was probably only a matter of time, I would assume. Come on, let's go. Oh, it's a corner. I was going to say, how has he missed that badly? But it's a corner. Oh, Jared, unlucky, mate. Just over the bar. I'm pretty sure I've got Mina on the bench. Try and get some match fitness up for him. I don't have Mina on the bench. I have Schlotterbeck. Benfica's now 2-0. Jesse Lingard. The young, upcoming Jesse Lingard. Everyone doing bits out in Benfica against Zrinski Mostar. Ryan Kent. Ryan Kent. Ryan Kent. Decore! What a goal. Smashed that. Absolutely smashed that in. Ryan Kent did really, really well. A lot of times when he's gotten in position in this game in particular, he's kind of just ended up not really getting anywhere, but he finds Decore, who smashes it past the keeper, and we are 4-1 up, everyone. 4-1. Leeds drawing with Inter Milan, everybody. That's nice to see. Unless, you know, we hate Leeds. Scum, as they say. I don't hate Leeds. Although I would very much like it if they could get relegated over Everton. Or Burnley, for that matter. Could get relegated over Everton. Yeah. Nothing against Leeds. But, you know, please, someone other than Everton get relegated. Well, Calvert-Lewin's doing fine, but I'm going to bring Coutinho on because I want him to try and get some match fitness. And Ryan Kent is also tired, so we'll bring on Damari Gray. I'm going to leave Max Bird on because I need him to build up his reputation because he's probably never really going to end up being good enough for us, I don't think, going forward. He's got average attributes. He's a 3-star potential player. So I just want him to try and get some minutes and some exposure so that we can hopefully sell him. Maybe in January or something. See if we can get like a quick 12-month turnaround on him. Mainz beating Spurs. Classic Spurs. Charles having another good game, but we're bringing on Dele. You know what, lads? That's decent. Decent. First start of the first half, I was a little bit worried, but credit to the lads, they've really turned it around and yeah, made it look quite comfortable in the end, really. Oh, that's a foul. Cynical foul from Gabriel. He didn't even get booked for it. You're having a laugh. Having a laugh, referee. And there we go. 4-1. I'm hoping these two results are going to really boost confidence in the team after a run of, 3 straight defeats in the league. So that hopefully when we come back to play Bournemouth, we're like raring to go. And if we beat Southampton in the EFL, beat Brentford, if we can follow up from that 6-2. And then hopefully be sort of in a good vein of form as we start playing like the likes of Arsenal, Villa, West Ham, Leeds. We'll probably bring it back for... I was debating bringing it back for this one, the Benfica game, but I don't know whether to bring it back for Liverpool and City maybe, just before the World Cup. I'll see how things are going. I may well bring it back for Benfica because that'll probably be deciding who's going to finish top of the group the way things are going. So yeah, I think we'll look to potentially bring it back there, but definitely for a double header for Liverpool and Man City. Take care, everyone. Thanks a lot for watching. I shall see you next time. Let me know if you like the video down below. Any thoughts on what you think we should be doing or anything else you want me to do. You may notice that for the first half of the video, I trialed it with a bit of music in the background. I then had to film the second half of the video separate, which was actually the Zrinski game. But when I played it back, the audio was a little bit out, so the music was quite loud. And when I listened back to the first bit, I was like, it's still a little bit loud, but it's okay. But I'm not quite happy with the balancing on it. So I'm potentially going to work on that if people like having a little bit of music kicking around in the background. But obviously I'm just going to work on finding that balance just so it's just more literally like background noise rather than, well, more like a background murmur rather than a full-on like, let's have like a mini sort of like. So yeah, let me know what you think below and I shall see you next time. Take care. Bye.